authentic Nigerian egusi soup. Hey, keep watching. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So we're going to make egusi soup. So these are the meats that are going to go into the soup. Here you can see half feet right here. This one right here is hen, chicken hen, and also right here we have some stockfish. So all these are being prepared, cooked to perfection. I already added some onions in it and some ginger powder. So we're getting ready for it to be done, and then we can start the cooking. Yeah, that's it right now. It's getting ready, and here is the ingredients. This is the egusi right here, grounded. This is habanero pepper. This is chopped yellow onions. This is crayfish, and this is okazi. That's going to be our vegetable. So everything is prepped, waiting for the meat to be done, and we're gonna have a very good sauce from this meat to make the soup. It's gonna be a very delicious egusi soup. All right, see you then. Now the meat is still cooking, so gonna add some salt. So it has the salt right here. So the meat is almost done. See, everything is getting very, very tender. You can tell by looking at and it's pretty much done. We're gonna taste it for the seasoning, whether I got enough in it. Very good. All right, we're gonna start the real cooking in a minute. Hi, welcome back. Now we're about to start the real cooking for the egusi soup. So we are going to start by adding oil in the pot. This is palm oil. I'm going to add palm oil in the pot. Actually, I'm going to add a little bit of this avocado oil as well. A little bit. Okay, so let's start the cooking. Sorry, the fire is kind of... So as I have showed you earlier, these are the stuff you were using for the cooking right here. This is the onions, the crayfish, the egusi, and this is okazi. That's the vegetable we're going to use. It's in the water, already washed and just soaking in there. So we're going to start by frying our crayfish and the onions. So we're going to fry all of them together. This is a very good smell. So if you're new here, welcome. We're making egusi soup, authentic Nigerian egusi soup. authentic egusi soup. We are frying the onions and the crayfish. Usually what I do once I fry it, I will get there. Now we're gonna go ahead and add, right here you can see this is the stock that we've already cooked, that is ready. The meat, we have hen, we have stockfish, and we also have some cow legs. So we're gonna start adding some of the stock from the meat into the soup before we can add the egusi. So now we fried the onions and the crayfish. Now adding the stock from the meat and the stockfish into the pot. I'm not adding the meat yet, just the stock. So this is authentic Nigerian egusi soup, to be precise, original, that we usually cook with okazi. That's the authentic vegetable for the egusi soup. So this is the stock. I'm gonna add a little more of the stock in here. The purpose of adding the stock is to be able to melt the egusi in it. So in this soup, to make it a little thicker, I'm also going to add some thickener to it, which we call achi. Achi is a thickener, which is this right here. This is the achi. Right here, I've already melted it in the water, and that's what it looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the achi first, a little bit here. So the achi is being added right now. The purpose of the achi is to thicken the soup a little more, so that the soup will be really thick. Alright, I'm gonna let it keep boiling. So as it's boiling, we're going to go ahead and add our egusi, which is right here. This is our egusi right here that is already grinded. So we're gonna go ahead and put the egusi. So we're gonna mix the egusi and the stock. Some people will just fry the egusi with the crayfish and the onions, but this is how I do it. With the thickener, it's going to really get thick, and that's how we want it to be. The egusi soup has to be thick. It's not supposed to be watery. So we're gonna let the egusi soup start boiling so that the egusi will get cooked and don't taste raw. And as it's boiling, we're gonna be stirring it to prevent it from burning. Now I'm trying to make sure that there is no pieces of the egusi in bulk. I have to make sure that all of them are just broken into pieces and melts, so that when you eat it, you're not gonna be biting once in a ball form. So everything should be melted and creamy. As you can see, the food is thickening. You can see the more you cook it, the more it thickens. Alright, so as it's thickening, we're gonna go ahead and add, you can go ahead and add the meat right now. The meat, like I told you, this is the hen. We have the cow feet, which is very good for the soup. It gives it a distinct taste. And have some stockfish as well. The egusi soup is meant to be very rich. It's very rich soup for occasions and ceremonies. So if you're just joining, we're making some egusi soup right here. We started by stir frying onions and crayfish. Crayfish is like like small dried shrimp. Blend it or grind it, and then we'll stir fry it with onions in palm oil or any other oil that you like. And then we'll add some stock from the meat. In this particular case, we're using the cow feet, we're using chicken hen, and we're also using some stockfish. So after cooking it, it's very tender and it has a lot of stock in it. So we pour in the stock in our stir fried onions and crayfish, and then we'll start stirring in the egusi, the grinded egusi powder. So now we are at the stage of adding all the meat. Like I said, the egusi soup is a very rich soup, mainly cooked in occasions and ceremonies. Cook it with a lot of meat, fish, and authentic okazi leaf. This leaf is a very tiny leaf, but it's kind of fibrous in nature, and it has its authentic taste also that it adds to the soup. The cow feet adds its authentic taste also. So you can see how rich this soup is. So I'm adding the rest of the stock from the meat and the stockfish. And now we're just gonna let it boil and cook so that the egusi will be done. And because the okazi is very fibrous, I'm just gonna go ahead and add it now. But before I do, I'm just gonna go ahead and add my blended pepper, habanero pepper. Okay, so this is the blended pepper. Just gonna add it here, blend it in water. Adds the red color to it as well. So this is the authentic Nigerian egusi soup. This soup is very delicious. We usually pair it with pounded yam, our fufu made with cassava root, with gari, semolina, semovita, and farina. So the authentic Nigerian egusi soup, the way it's supposed to be. Now we're gonna get, this is the okazi. Right here is the okazi. It's been washed and soaked in water. Now it's time to put it. It's a very fibrous vegetable. I'm gonna go ahead and add it. Take it out from the water. I'm gonna add it now so it can cook at the same time with the egusi. The stock is cooked with enough seasoning and spices. I added some ginger powder to it, and after which we're gonna taste it to see if it has enough seasoning or salt and spices to it. Okay, I'm gonna have a little taste of it and see. This is very tasty. Very tasty and very thick. Very tasty and very thick. All right, I'm gonna let it cook for a while. Our soup is ready. Look at how delicious the soup is. Now we're going to serve the soup. Going to serve this soup with gari, authentic Nigerian egusi soup, served with gari made with okazi, the authentic vegetable. And please don't forget to subscribe. If you like this video, like it, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video, and let's see what it looks like. Authentic Nigerian fufu, original fufu. There it is. This is what it looks like. Here it is. Yeah, there's the soup right here, and that's the soup right here. Nigerian egusi soup served with gari. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Please subscribe.